I want to show you guys something that this Reverend Father did, but there is something else inside the video that will blow your mind that you will not immediately observe. Let's see first. I want to do something. So this Reverend Father did something really interesting, and he told people that in the church who can give him 5,000 naira to come out, and they came out, and then he asked people who needed 5,000 naira to come out. But what you notice is that the people that wanted to donate money to him were about 70% men. The rest, about 30% or 40% women, look like they are in older ages, like married women. One was even having a child. Do you understand? They look like married women, the one that wanted to donate money to him. But the people that needed 5,000 naira urgently that day were 99% women. There was only one guy there, only one man. All the rest that needed 5,000 naira that day. Do you know what is 5,000 naira? The cost of 2 plates of rice. That's what it is in Nigerian currency. Cost of 2 plates of rice. The people that were in church that day, that were in dire need of the money to feed for the day, were mostly women. 99% women. And all these women look like they are young and under 30. You can rewind this video to look at it again. What does it tell you? We live in a society where poor people, when they talk about poor people in the society, most people don't know that they are talking about single ladies under 30 in Africa. Poor people in the society refer to single ladies under 30. I don't know, our education system has made us to think that poor people in the society are usually people that are begging on the streets. Those beggars are really rich. Do you know how many, if you beg every day in the street for 1 month, do you know how much you make? Go to their villages, you see how they are building houses. That's why every now and then you see that one of them have married, one dwarf like that married 4 wives. The poorest and brokest people in the world of Africa, I don't know about other countries, are single ladies under 30. Because these ladies, no matter how much education you've given them, the financial knowledge is missing. We are coming from a culture of our ancestors in Africa where the primary education that is given to women is how to run a home effectively. You know, before a woman marries, her mother has taught her how to nurse a child, how to wash, cook, clean, how to listen and respect her husband, you know, how to run a home. The average woman in Africa is very effective in running a home. So she's ready for marriage. Do you understand? That's why in those days, divorce is very low. Because when a man picks any random woman at all to marry, the woman is very efficient at running a home. And the primary education given to men is how to be able to cater for the woman and the children. How to be financially effective. Do you understand? But the times have changed now. That man that used to be taught how to run a home and how to be financially effective, the money that the man makes from work is no longer enough to cater for everybody. 9 to 5 no longer pays. Can you believe that 100,000 naira in the beginning of this year is no longer the same? Can no longer buy what that 100,000 naira could buy now. 100,000 naira at the beginning of this year is now like 50,000 naira now. It has dropped because of inflation. Imagine a man earning 100,000 naira at the beginning of the year. Now he's in abject poverty. So we are no longer in that era where a woman can just stay at home and then run effectively. Like the number of families that can run that way is now fewer because of financial difficulties. In any random country you pick. So now women are forced to come out of the home and join the men in making money. So now, but there is still that cultural shock where women are not taught how to make money in Africa. I can tell you something. I used to be a tech recruiter. I've recruited more than 3,000 to 5,000 people in jobs, tech jobs. All right? And I will always interview them. So when I was in Nigeria, I used to do interview. This was some years ago. So people will come to my office and then we interview them. I noticed that the men, let me say 80% of the men came capable. Do you understand? They came ready to face the interview and the challenges. And if there was a mistake, they felt that they made a mistake, they would tell you there to correct them, to teach them. Do you understand? There was this I can do it mentality. Like, I don't have any place to go back to. Like, you have to give me this job. Do you understand what I'm saying? The men came with that mentality. But the women in Nigeria, that will come for interview. They are coming for interview because their uncle recommended them. Their ex-boyfriend said they should come for interview, that they will take them at the job. They are not coming capable. They are not coming with the mindset that, look, I have to get this job. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you ask her, what have you, I've done UI, UX, I can do, maybe I can't do everything, but that's the way they show up at the interview. Like, I thought they said they will give me this job. Why are you asking me too many questions? When it comes to salary negotiations, the women are not standing their ground to negotiate the salary. And almost any money you offer, they will take it. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the mentality in Nigeria. I used to think that that's how all women in the world used to behave. Until I traveled abroad and I met Indian women. I was not in India, but there was a large percentage of Indians there. When the Indian women came for interview, see, India and Pakistan, geez. When they came for interview, especially those ones from a place they call Kerala, damn. There was one woman that came that said she's the mother of 4, that if there's any man that passes the interview, I should tell her she will pay me. That if a man beats her in the questions, do you know she passed? The problem was that she overpassed. And the management now started discussing, like, if we employ this woman, she can't be a normal developer. We'll have to give her a C-level position. And we don't have space. That was why she lost the job. She overperformed. Any question you ask her, she will say, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for asking me this question. If I understood you well, you're asking if she will first analyze your question. Both of you will now be on the same page. She will now start piecing the answer. Yeah? She came on suit. The woman not come to play. Oh, God. Do you understand? One of the ladies that came to the interview, when I told her, I asked her some questions, she missed one. I told her that you failed this interview because the key question I asked that you missed it. She said no. There's no way she can miss it. Yeah? We started arguing. She said no. I have to prove to her how she missed it. I have to take marker, go to the board in my office. I say, okay, this is that. Open your phone, open Google. She will Google. Like for the next 10-15 minutes, I was trying to prove to her that she failed it. Till it became clear to her that she failed it. She now asked me, can you give me links on what I can learn? Do you understand? On what I can learn so that I can learn, I can know this question. I gave her the links. You know, reach 1 week, she called me back. They said somebody is looking for me. I said, let her come in. They opened the door. And aha, who invited you for the interview? She said she has come before, so she doesn't need invitation to come in. She used her pass. The pass she used last week, that's what she used to make it into the company again. It's a big company, so to climb stairs and everything, you need passes. She used the same pass. And said she has learned it. I should repeat the question again. After asking everything, she passed it. And I recommended that they had to post her to the branch in India. She left the country and went back to India to start working for the same company. There was one that came and said that, not for interview, right? But she took my course online, my tech course. She took it and was like, I was the first person to break down this particular thing, that she and her junior sister built a tech company. And me explaining this thing has helped them make a lot of money. She sent me money. Rupee. You don't hear about Indian rupee. Indian rupee don't enter your account before. See, she just want to appreciate that the cost of the course was too low, that they have made a lot of money from. 2 sisters starting a tech company. Have you ever heard it in Africa? In the whole of Africa, 2 sisters starting a tech company. These people are trained in India. I think when I started reading their history, one of their presidents in the 1980s made a tech revolution. He drove tech into their primary and secondary education. Look at all the tech companies in the world. 90% of them are their CEOs are Indian. People used to look at Indian food and say it's dirty. That's what is trending online. But do you know that India has launched a rocket to the moon? They have landed on the moon. India. Don't be carried away by the little things you see. Every single person there is capable in some way. The educated ones, they are extremely capable. This is missing among our young ladies. That's why if you listen to female podcasts in Nigeria, if it's not dildo, it is prick. If it's not prick, it's how to sleep with a man and get 20 million naira. How to do BBL. Because they don't have any other source of income. The financial education is missing. Now, the only way they can make money is how to get it from a man. Period. All the podcasts, all the female podcasts, let me say 90% of them is man. Do you understand? Let's continue in part 2. click this plus sign to follow.